This is the assisted hip hinge exercise. This is an exercise that you can do if you have a hard time hinging through the hips and using your hips as the fulcrum, which is needed to properly load your glutes and to save your low back and to stop getting out of that synergistic dominance where we engage our hamstrings and our low back and not engage the glutes. So you're going to need an exercise bar or a long piece of PVC. Anything that is as long as your trunk and is light enough for you to easily manage will work. We're going to take that bar or PVC pipe, we're going to place it on our back. We're going to grab it behind us with our bottom hand. The palm will be facing away from you. And then we're going to grab the top end with your other arm. The palm will be facing away from you to the front. We're going to get in our golf stance or our hip to shoulder width stance where we feel good to hinge. You're going to maintain the bar in position and in contact with your back from top to bottom. So we're going to make sure as we go through the pattern that our back never leaves the bar at the top or the bottom. And so if you're somebody who has S posture or C posture, this can be very challenging for you to get into a hip hinge. This is a great exercise to start getting that neuromuscular coordination and that engagement in the hips. So we've taken our athletic or golf setup stance. Our feet are rooted into the floor. We're going to make sure that we don't lift the heels or the toes. We're going to soften our knees up, and then we're going to slowly look forward. Don't let your head come down. Soften the knees, and we're going to think about pushing through our back pockets until we feel tension in the hamstrings. We feel engagement in the glutes. You're going to grab the floor, and I encourage you to squeeze your glutes in and pull your abdomen in for 5 seconds before you return back up to a neutral position. Make sure you don't hyperextend or push forward. We're going to stay in a nice straight neutral position with the low back at setup, and then we're going to hinge. I would suggest you start with a smaller range of motion, and once you get the pattern down, you can start to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the hinge pattern. So once again, here's the cues. We push through the back pockets. We stay in contact top to bottom through the back with the bar. We should feel tension and stretching in the hamstrings. We feel our glutes engaging. If you don't feel tension in the hamstrings, it means you're bending your knees too much. We're softening the knees as we push through the back pockets, staying long through the back, keeping the head up, squeezing the glutes at the bottom of the pattern for 5 seconds before we slowly stand back to a neutral position. And that is the assisted hip hinge exercise.